Being a pirate is fun and all, at least until a kraken attacks. All that and more coming up. Hey guys, I'm Tim, and this is the Board Game Rundown, and today I'm doing a review of We're Sinking from Ludamus Games. This plays 3 to 6 pirates in maybe 45 to 90 minutes is what it says on the box. That's probably right. And in this game, this was sent to us for review, but in this game, we are all pirates, just having a jolly old time until some kind of monster shows up, depending on which one you decide you want to face. I've got a kraken out here, so we're having a great time until the kraken shows up, and now the ship is starting to sink. We got a couple choices. We can fight off the kraken, hooray, and then whoever has the most treasure wins, because this is an opportunity to sort of like loot the ship a little bit while everybody's distracted by the big old kraken. But here's the bad thing, is if the ship sinks, if you've got the most treasure, you're going to lose because you've weighed down too much. And that's bad times as well as you sink into the briny depths. So what we're doing is you've got this awesome little ship right here. We've got a water deck. We've got a breach deck. And you're going to have a hand of a couple of cards. A lot of your characters will start with like a special ability. And yeah, on your turn, there are 4 different actions you can choose from. You've got this dial here. The actions are bucket. So we're going to bail water out of the ship. Awesome. Super important. But there is treasure that can be plundered. So, you might want to select that by switching to the little treasure bag on your dial here. Or, hey, look, man, I'm trying to fix stuff. I'm going to try to patch these breaches. So I'm going to pick the hammer. Now, some things take more than one hammer to fix. Some, are just one. That's fine. I can go do this, and you might be able to help, stave off sort of destruction. Or, you know what? We really got to get rid of this kraken. I'm going to change over to the cannon, and I'm going to fire the cannons. Where is the cannon icon on here? Where's that? Oh, there it is. It's a torch. I'm looking for a cannon. And then you're going to... So we're all going to talk about what we're going to do. But words are wind, man. Like, I can still do whatever I want. So I'm going to say, I'm going to bail out water. Because that's really like a good, useful thing to do. And that's pretty cool, right? So I'm going to put my dial down. Everybody's going to drop their dials down on what they say they're going to do. And then we're going to reveal. And if people weren't being honest, we will then move the spaces over to the appropriate spot. And then we're going to resolve this. And it's pretty straightforward. If you can, with the water, you're going to draw a card. You're out of the water line here, and then you're going to discard a card. So you're going to pick up a card, and then you're going to discard a card. If you're the last one or the only one, you're going to get to do 2 cards if there's 2 cards there, and there will be 2 cards there. If you're in the treasure, basically anybody that goes here, the treasure is going to get divided up evenly. If only one person goes there, they get all the treasure. If 2 people go there and there's 2 cards, then one person will get 1 each, and you'll kind of go in player order. If there are more people that go for the treasure than there are cards, nobody gets anything. It all gets discarded. So that's fun. Then there's patching the breaches, and then you're just assigning your hammers to to the breaches you need to try to fix. If you don't have enough hammers to fix what you're trying to fix, nothing happens, and they do not carry over to the next round. And then you've got fire cannons. So each cannon card over here, and there can be more than one, you will get to fire once at the kraken, and you'll roll like a basic attack die and see what happens. Oh no, we took on water. That's bad times. Oh wait, but that's the wrong die. That's why it was bad times. I think that's 1 hit. So yeah, you're going to roll a die, and then you deal damage. And as you deal damage to the monster, they're going to do extra things. They're going to get extra dice, different abilities. And those dice are going to give them different abilities that take place, sort of modify your turn a little bit. another thing, right? So we've got this water threshold, right? So we can have 6 cards in here before we sink down to a level. But let's say we're not really doing a good job. So now I'm going to pull off this bottom level because we've got too many water cards over here. And we are at or above our threshold. So now that's going to flip over to like level 2, which is a really nice thing that it does. And then it tells us, like, basically during an upkeep turn, how many cards get added to each column. And then these treasure chests get added to this column too. And you can use a hammer instead of fixing a breach to crack open one of these treasure chests. Super cool. And you're going to just go around until either the Kraken is defeated or the ship is sunk. And then you're going to tally up the scores and go accordingly. There's all kinds of different treasures and special items you can find in here, because as you're bailing out water, it might be clear water, but maybe it's a sapphire instead, you know, and so you're trying to get some of those points, you know, and when you're discarding, I believe you're discarding face down, so it's even secret as to what's going on there. But this game definitely sows distrust amongst your friends and family, and I love that. The table presence is amazing. The ship is super fun and very cool. I love the idea of having the ship with the different levels, and then you've got to and the treasure chests, that the way that they sit in here. And so, like, yeah, I mean, they're all in here already. I mean, what a great idea. And the treasures are pretty cool stuff, you know, like, oh, it's a cannon upgrade, so now I get a double shot cannon. You get rerolls on your blank cannon dice, you know, so useful things in those treasures, and can be worth going for. And you can always, you know, try to be like, look, man, I'm just trying to help the group. There might be some good, you know, if there's cannon upgrade in that treasure chest, it would be real helpful if we were able to have it. Yeah, I'm not just being greedy. Right. Wink. So it's super fun. I really enjoy this quite a bit. I thought I got to play this game at QSCon. I played it a few times, and I just really enjoy the different group dynamics. I've had it where groups have been really cutthroat, and I've had it where groups are really cooperative, but maybe one person is being kind of cutthroat, and that's always kind of fun, because there's no way to stop somebody from doing what they're trying to do, right? I mean, if you want to plunder, go for it, man. But you're going to run the risk, right? If everybody plunders, well, now you don't get anything. And that's kind of funny too. And sometimes I saw it happen one time where one person was legit trying to keep doing the right things, and everybody else was plundering, and he literally just threw his dial over to the plunder side to put it over what the treasures were, and so nobody got anything, and he just was very pleased with himself. So it provides, you know, again, anytime you can provide like a kind of fun, off the wall, you know, result like that is always worth telling the story. Really good player aids, tells you everything on the back of your player card. It gives you a little story about your character, what your starting card would be. And yeah, I mean, there's a couple different monsters. I know there's expansions that are out for this, so it gives you even more variety. But yeah, this game's very clever. I love the dials. I love this secret action selection, even though we're going to very openly talk about what we're doing first, and what we should plan this all out and make this like a really important, you know, it's going to be a really good move. I'm going to go here. We're going to do this and that, and it's going to be great. And what could go wrong? Oh, yeah. Human nature gets in the way. So I just love it. It's a great time. And again, let me just say, there's whoever the first player is, the first player marker. This is so smart. It basically gives you the duties checklist. So you're going to walk through your round structure and you're going to just go step by step. And then if we're sinking on the other side, it's got the sinking procedures. It tells you exactly what you need to do and how to do it. And then it tells you to flip over, go back over to the threat phase. I mean, it literally walks you through step by step everything you need to do. Very rarely would you need to consult the rule book, because the iconography is really strong. Everything, I mean, the cards all kind of work the way you think they would. So I love it. I don't really have anything negative to say about this game. It's got a really nice, comes with a really nice insert place for your dice. I guess the worst thing about this game for me is there's all this room for dice, and I don't have all the cool dice to put in it. Like, so I feel like I'm missing out on so much stuff. Like, I want all the dice. I want to have all the things for this game. But yeah, really fun. And you think you know your friends until you are on a ship sinking and, oh, who's going to get greedy and who's going to help me defeat the Kraken so that we can get out of here. You know, the whole time while I'm like jamming jewels in my pocket, but I'm being very judgmental about everybody else. It's just great. It's again, a great experience, good table talk. You know, I enjoy games where you really get into it with other people and you know, and kind of mess with them and lots of really meaningful interaction. And again, at the end of the day, you're going to do what you're going to do. It's not like they can lock you in the brig. Just, you know, you just got to make sure you are working that angle as best you can. You know, whether you're trying to have the most treasure or the least treasure based on if they're going to be able to kill that Kraken or whatever monster you're fighting against before the ship sinks. So I just really interesting, different, you know, unique choices every time. So well, that's really basically it. This game is awesome. I'm going to give it a score between 1 and 10. And that'll be the board game rundown score on BGG. And if there was multiple of us here, we would combine those scores and average them together. But you're just getting me. So we're sinking. A Pirate's Dilemma is an 8.5. Lots of fun. This game does a lot of things that I just really like. It's not overly complicated with the rules. You're going to spend more time building up the deck and making sure that that's set up right than you are explaining the rules. And I mean that in a good way because the rules are really straightforward and easy. It's easy to get this to the table. The table presence is amazing, right? You've got a big old ship. People are going to want to know what you're doing. You've got these fun dials. Everything's nice and colorful. The unique dice looks great. Looks great on the table. And again, really intuitive sort of things with this threshold stuff. I just really appreciate that. And then you flip it over and you go, and there's one for if you're playing at a higher player count. So really cool, really useful, and really appreciated all the creativity that was in this. So yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about this game. This is either your kind of game or it's not. I mean, I guess there's that, right? But yeah, this is definitely my kind of game. Super fun, especially playing it at conventions, and then when I was playing it with people that I didn't know like super well. So you're trying to get a gauge like, oh, are they going to be like the kind of person that's honest with groups of strangers, or are they going to be lying to strangers because they can? Or you're like me and it's like, well, what do I feel like doing this turn? Which is always fun just to mess with people. But great time. Really appreciated it. If you've watched this far, first of all, thank you. But also, if you would like to support the show, please consider becoming a patron. We are giving, we put up a sort of loosely or lightly edited playthrough videos, us playing games usually before we do a review, so we can kind of learn it a little bit, or I'm teaching the other guys badly or vice versa. And then we also will have like early access to some content on there as well. If that's not your jam or you don't want to, that's totally fine. Leave us a comment, talk to us here, like, subscribe, engage. We appreciate that. All of that really helps. If you, what should comment? You should comment if you are, what's your favorite pirate themed board game? There's a bunch out now. This one's really good. I would recommend it. So let me know what your favorite pirate themed board game is down in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching. For the Board Game Rundown, I've been Tim.